Welcome back to Charlie's Kitchen. So I just took my steaks out just to kind of turn them over and whatnot. So you can see they're seasoned and everything. You can probably see the onions in here already. And they've been cooking now for probably about an hour. Okay. So they're not where I want them yet. But I do have to turn them over. Uh-oh. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them back in the oven. But I wanted to bring you in my kitchen as I normally do. Now I'm going to put a little garlic salt on here. And I have seasoned them. But as you go through the cooking process, especially with big steaks like this, you probably want to season some more. So all of that seasoning can just continue to go through your meat and give you the flavor that you're trying to ultimately get. Okay, so I put some liquid smoke in here. I put some onion powder, garlic powder, parsley flakes. I do believe I said liquid smoke. I used that as well. And I'm going to show you that. So this is the liquid smoke right here that I used. So you guys can see. My thumb is kind of covering that up. Okay. And then I also used this Weber. I had got this a while ago. When I saw it at the store, and I said the next time I make steak, I'm gonna use it. So it's the Chicago steak seasoning by Weber, all natural. So I used that as well. Now I'm getting ready to put some of that Badia seasoning on here, and that's the complete Badia. I love that on pretty much all of my meat. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. Right here. Badia complete. If you don't have any of that in your kitchen, make sure you guys get some, because this is some awesome stuff. And you can use it for chicken, for fish, for steak, like I'm using it for. I use it on my salmon. So just about anything you can use it for. I actually love it on my salmon. Okay. So now I'm ready to go put this steak, and you'll see the pictures that I posted with the steak. It was in a different container. That couldn't fit in my oven. Thank God I had some of these aluminum containers, and they could fit in the oven. So I went ahead and transferred everything from my other pan that I had to this one. And so that's probably why you guys are seeing it in the aluminum can versus the one I took the picture in. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. So that's the thing about cooking. You have to make adjustments along the way. It could be certain things that you think you're going to bake in, but there could be a reason why you can't bake it, or it doesn't fit in your oven, or this or that. And so you just make adjustments. Maybe you thought you had this ingredient, but you didn't have this ingredient. So, oh, what can I substitute for that? And that's what cooking is all about. Those are the joys of cooking. So I will come back in just a bit and show you guys my next step. So if you don't know, right, before I go into that, normally the first of the year, normally January 1st of whatever year that is, I normally have a steak dinner, okay, that I prepare at home. I used to go out and get my steak dinner, but I was always not satisfied. It was like the steak was too little. It wasn't cooked the way I like it. They didn't put no onions on it, or I had to get onions on the side, or it was just something that wasn't right. Um, and the shrimp weren't big enough, or the shrimp didn't taste good, the scampi was nasty, or it was something that wasn't right. So I said, from now on, I'm just gonna do it at home. So I make my own lobster, I make my shrimp, my steak, my baked potato, and if I want a green salad, I'll do that as well. And you know what, I'm always pleased when I'm cooking in my kitchen, because I do things the way I like them, right? And so that's the great thing about probably cooking in your kitchen, that you get to do things the way you like them. And so, anyway, I normally have that January 1st, but I decided to make something else. And normally, like even in December, we normally have gumbo. And this December, my daughters wanted something else, so I cooked something else. And January, I didn't feel like eating my steak dinner. So, well, January 1st. Today is actually what, the 21st? I feel like having my steak dinner today, right? On this Sunday. So, I am preparing it and getting everything how I like it. And then I'm also make a gravy that I make to top on top of my steak as well. So I'll take you through the process with me, and I'll see you in just a bit. So from my kitchen to yours, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. It does help the channel to grow, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, for supporting me, and sending me your messages, your comments, and whatnot. It really means a lot. So again, from my kitchen to yours, I'll see you in just a bit. Welcome back to Charlie's Kitchen. So I just took the steak out of the oven, and I'm trying not to burn myself. I really am. But look at that. Super tender, super juicy. And I've already cleaned my shrimp, so I'm getting ready to start cooking those. And also my lobster and baked potatoes are done. But look at this steak though. Look at the steak. Oh my goodness. OMG. I can't wait to eat it. Cannot wait. It's gonna be so good. And it smells amazing. I wish I had smell-o-vision so you guys can see and smell at the same time, because it smells amazing. Well, I just wanted to bring you in here so that you could see the finished steak. And I still have some other things to do to get my Sunday dinner ready to go, my steak dinner. And it is going to be amazing. I can't wait to eat. Oh my goodness. If you guys only knew, like, my mouth is watering completely. So, stay tuned. Okay, so I am making my shrimp now. And I start off with my butter, and then I go ahead and I add my seasoning to my shrimp, which also is minced garlic that I add in there, a little onion powder, garlic powder, a little lemon pepper, parsley flakes, and that's about it. A little black pepper as well. So these are ready to come out. And now I'm getting ready to add some more of my jumbo shrimp. Look at that seasoning on there. And if you've never seen this channel thus far, you wouldn't know that I don't use regular butter. The butter that I use is Smart Balance, which is really good for you. It supports healthy cholesterol levels. I'll show it to you in just a moment so you can see. But that is the butter that I use. So you could almost feel like you're not eating something too bad for you, you know what I mean? And shrimp in moderation is really good for your body anyway. Now, your cholesterol can get high if you eat too much of the shrimp, which I had to start cutting back because I wanted to eat shrimp, like, if not every week, twice a week. And so I had to cut back. But you don't have to leave your shrimp in here long. These are pretty much done. And look at the ones that I have already completed. Look at that. So I have them over here in my glass bakeware dish, even though I'm not baking them. Putting them in there. That's my smaller baking dish, so all these shrimp could fit right in there. And I love this little bakeware because it has a lid, so even when I'm putting them in the refrigerator later, if we have leftovers, I could just cover them up. Don't have to worry about putting foil over everything and whatnot, or putting it in a Ziploc bag, because I tend to use Ziplocs too quite a bit. So these are my last batch of shrimp right here. So you see that I have left over? Once I finish with these shrimp, I'm going to put it in this pan, and then all of the rest of this, because this is nothing but good flavor, I'm going to pour that on top of my shrimp. Okay? That's something you could do in your kitchen as well. I don't know why I wanted to talk differently to get that point across. But over here, I have my completed steak. I have my shrimp over here. On my other countertop, I have my baked potatoes. And then the other thing to be left to make is the lobster. And that won't take long at all. Okay? So look at that. Look at those shrimp. Smelling amazing. Gonna taste amazing. And you're doing all this in the privacy of your own home. You know what you're cooking with. You know you're cooking with, healthy foods. You know that you have, a cleanliness about yourself. A lot of these places, you don't know how clean they are or what they're doing with your food. And then if you want leftovers, you can have leftovers, because it'll be a lot left over here for you. Whereas when you go to some of these restaurants, you might not even get filled up. And it probably is not to your taste of, how you want your food to be. So that's the great thing about doing it yourself, is that you get to monitor all of that, right? So I'll just go ahead and mix that up right there. Get those good flavors. And you can smell that garlic so beautifully. So I'll bring you back for my next step. So now I am about to start on my lobster. And in the pot here, I have my Smart Balance butter, 2 good size spoons of the Smart Balance. I put a little of my tangy Sunny Delight, in there, and then I season this up with onion powder, garlic powder, Badia complete seasoning, parsley, black pepper, and a little garlic salt. Okay. Now, as far as my lobster, I went ahead and seasoned it with garlic salt, black pepper, and then a little paprika. So if you can see, I left the shell on it. Then I'll just go ahead and place it like so. Actually, let me go ahead and turn it the other way. That's what I was trying to do. But it's not trying to flip over for some reason. Let's see. It is being a pill. And this is not going to have to cook long. And as soon as you see it, like basically getting that bright orange color, you know you're getting to the point where it's about cooked, okay? It's kind of just like the shrimp. When you get it to that bright orange color, you know shrimp is pretty much done. And it's the same thing with lobster. And you can see this one is already turning that pretty orange color. And I'm telling you, you can make a lot of different sauces with Sunny D. If you remember, if you guys go scroll on the channel, you would see that baked chicken that I did in the air fryer with the Sunny D. I mean, it gives really good flavor to like chicken, seafood, fish. Well, fish is a seafood, but you know what I'm saying. Had to wash the hands, but yeah, so this is pretty much done. The shrimp are done. The baked potato is done. The steak is done. So it's just basically to assemble everything and plate it and go from there. So probably another 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and the lobster will be finished. Okay. See you soon for the next step. Okay, so my next step now is to make my sauce for my steak. And this is Worcestershire sauce. Try saying that 3 times. And then we're going to put ketchup. So that's how I make my steak sauce. Is with the Worcestershire and with the ketchup. And then you just season it to your liking. So you can use like your salt, pepper, and then you're going to add some water to that, because then it'll get too thick. So you want to add water to it. And I just kind of eye it. And this is something that you can put not only over your steak, but you could do this with wings. And if you scroll down on the channel and look at what I prepared for the Super Bowl last year, I made this sauce. So you can see that I put it over wings. I put it over fish, chicken. When I used to eat pork chops, I used to put it over my pork chops. So it will be a sauce that you'll use quite frequently. And it tastes amazing. It really does. And then what I normally do too is put maybe a teaspoon of sugar in there as well, in this sauce. Now if you prefer brown sugar, I'm sure you could use that. I normally use white sugar. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my fire down as well. Putting a little bit more ketchup. And that's basically what you got to do. You want to taste it, but you want to make sure that you got equal parts of ketchup, equal parts of the Worcestershire sauce, and then just, you know, make sure you put that teaspoon of sugar as well. And then you could go ahead and chop up onions in here if you want. Since I already chopped up onions with my steak, I probably won't do more onions, but normally I would put onions also in the sauce. But that's totally up to you. If you're not, you know, a fan of onions, you could go ahead and omit that. And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I just tasted it. And that's something that you want to do as well to make sure that you got the sauce right. But it's absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to let this simmer. And then we'll get into our next step.